is complex globally. We're trying to answer lots of different questions, and we have our traditional 11-a-side version in a majority of Europe, Central, particularly and Eastern, where it's so cold in the winter. We have the big indoor program, so there is a small side format. We then have, it's not new, but we have the fives. We had the 5 World Cup last year, and so that's there somewhere. And then if we were to consider beach hockey, which for me at the moment is kind of a social enterprise, really.
Beach hockey without a party next to it.
Beach hockey is a beer thing. Yeah, we
It's
have a cold beer and we run around on the sand. That's fine. I can cope with that. So if we just focus, no offense to beach hockey at all, just in my mind where it sits right now, those 3 different things, the boxes that they sit in, there is a conflict between indoor and fives. Certainly there is a vocal conflict, whether there actually is as a sport, different question, but I'll pose it to you. How do they fit together?
Yeah. Outdoor and indoor have coexisted pretty well over time. At some point, indoor players and outdoor players from the national teams, they would not be the same ones. Mm-hmm. Usually outdoor players would, it was like 20, 25 years ago that the national coaches said no indoor, for whatever reason, no indoor. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the indoor national teams, they started not to count with any outdoor player. So they coexisted. Then we came with Hockey 5. In my opinion, without a strategy for it. We sort of synthetically invented a sport. Well, Hockey 5 has been played the last 10 minutes of every training session we ever been. Of course,
yeah, we all play
5-a-side, right?
Yeah.
But in an organized way, we created it. I'm always having fun with my dear friend Peter Elders that he was in the room when the rules were invented and say, well, if you invented the rules for Hockey 5, cannot be very fun. And then we go forth and back. But yes, it was a sort of synthetic sport. Why? Because we created it at the governing body. If you look at all the small side sports that have detached from other sports, 3-side basketball, beach volley, mainly those 2, they were played socially by a lot of people on the streets, on the beaches, and the governing bodies were not aware of them. You go to New York, you see 3-side basketball in every park, from Central Park north. If you go to Copacabana Beach or beaches in Australia, they were playing beach volley. Hockey 5, we have a World Cup, we then have to have continental championships, but we don't have an England Hockey 5 league or a Spanish Hockey 5 championship or a Dutch, the King's Hockey 5 Cup. We don't have it. So the pyramid at the bottom is empty of players. There are 11-side players that they basically say, oh, we're going to play Hockey 5. They go, they play, they come back, they don't play for 2 years. So matching Hockey 5 in the world calendar is challenging for that reason. But the question is, what do we do with Hockey 5? And what is the purpose of Hockey 5? Hockey 5, and we have had this conversation for the last 4 years, in my view, has 2 potential values. One is for sure development value. There are countries that cannot play 11-side. Vanuatu cannot play 11-side. Jamaica, Fiji, Tonga, certain countries, I don't know, Ivory Coast, Panama, Costa Rica. Hockey 5 for them is great. It gives them a platform, it's easier, it's cheaper, you don't need that much infrastructure, and when you have to fly to Oman, it's cheaper. Period. So that's development. If Hockey 5 would be at some point a commercial property that we could show it, like all these new leagues, Kings League with different rules and funny things and stuff, that is to be seen. And particularly, I have never seen a Hockey 5 game with the best players of the world. I haven't seen a game where Van Doren, Hendricks, Van Aubel and Tom Boone play, pick the best 5 Dutch players you want. That would be something, a sight to see. But never has happened. We don't know if this can be played at top level, and if that at top level, that has a value.